I have been on a mission to buy less clothes, and so I've been slowly throughout, I don't know, maybe less than a year, maybe a year, I don't remember anymore, flipping my old clothes into new things that I think I will wear much more often, and I've been pretty successful so far. However, I have this stash of small little alterations and fixes, just things that wouldn't take very long. And while the large flips are great, I have been needing to do these little small alterations and I won't do it unless I film it. I don't know what that is about me. So we're filming me doing it. There's a couple of larger changes in this one, but generally these are things that would take me an hour or two at most. And I just haven't gotten around to it because it didn't feel like it was worth my time, but I haven't worn these pieces. It feels wasteful to let these fully functional pieces of clothing just sit in my closet because I need to put a dart in it or slim out the leg. This is just an accumulation of relatively small changes that I've been needing to make and been putting off, and we're doing it in this video. Kind of like a spring cleaning, but for my alteration stash. So let's get started. So these are the first two pieces I'm tackling. First is the vest that literally all I have to do is add darts. And second is this oversized pair of trousers. I would actually like to keep them oversized at the waist, but these super wide legs just makes this look not purposeful. Kind of going for like a barrel pant inspired fit because I've finally been influenced to actually liking that style of pant. And why not do it with a pair of pants that I already own and don't wear? First up, I turned the vest inside out to try it on and started pinning a dart on each side where it looked like there was some fabric that needed to be taken out. Now, the correct way to do this would be to take the lining layer and the outer layer apart separately, add a dart on each layer, and then stitch it back together. But I'm too lazy for that. In fact, telling myself that I had to do it that way is what has kept this from not getting fixed for like 2 years now. So sometimes good enough is good enough. After marking both darts and making sure they were relatively the same on both sides, I just stitched that down in matching thread. It actually took a couple of times of trying it on again and fiddling with that line a little bit, but eventually it was, as I said, good enough. That's gonna be the theme for this video. First up for the pants is hemming it slightly shorter. Now I want the capability to come back in and lengthen these in the future if I wish to. So I left the original hem in and just turned it up again. That's what I like about tailoring and flipping your own clothes. You can make the changes non-permanent. So if you would ever like to change your mind, you can change it back or change it in a different way. When I can, I try my best to make my sewing upcycling non-permanent like this. This new hem was a bit too short, so I went back in and took it back down a little bit. The first time I went and slimmed in the legs, I took most of the weight out of the outside of the leg, and that did not give me the fit that I wanted. And it finally dawned on me that if I wanted a barrel pant inspired shape, I probably needed to take more out of the inner leg instead. So I ended up taking 3 to 4 inches out of the inner leg seam and about 1 to 2 inches out of the outer leg seam. When it was time to trim off the excess, I left myself about 1 inch of seam allowance on both sides, just in case I ever wanted to play with the cut of the leg again. I would have a little bit of room. Okay, the project that was next is this bodycon dress that I bought years ago on a whim, even though it is not my style at all. And you want to know the crazy thing? Yeah, I haven't worn it once. Haven't even reached for it. I still don't know what like ghost inhabited my body to make me buy this. I can't even show you the back, by the way, because it's so see-through. So instead, we're going to use this as fabric for a cute stretchy top. I do love this purple mesh, but having to cut through both layers wasn't the most fun. And once again, just like in my last video, I just took my favorite tank top and traced that onto the fabric. Also, once again, I tried to widen the neckline to get that cowl neck look, which once again failed. I just did not have enough fabric this time to make any real difference. I also added a little V at the front. It's one of my favorite little additions for tighter fitted tops. Then it was time to stitch the side seams together with that segmented zigzag stitch that I find is the best for stretch fabrics, at least on my machine. I don't have a serger at the moment, but this stitch is pretty great as a substitute. I was originally going to twist one of the straps, but it didn't work with that white layer underneath, so instead I just pleated each strap before stitching them together. Then I tucked under the raw edges by 1/2 inch on the arm size, neckline, and hem, and stitched all those down. That's what I love about stretch fabrics because it doesn't unravel, so it's so much easier to just finish the seams. Next up is this shirt dress that I bought years ago, and when I first bought it, I actually wore it relatively often with my crochet corset. That was actually one of the first projects that I made on this channel. However, the fit of the top always bothered me as it kind of pulls anytime you move, so instead I'm going to make this into a skirt with a cute little added slit. So to judge where to put the slit, I just eyeballed what looked like a straight line on my body first, a few inches off of center front. Then I took it off and corrected anything that looked off about it. Then I cut up to the bottom of the arm's eye, and that's where I cut off the top edge. And this will become my waistband portion. If you just tried to cut a slit to the height you wanted, it would be really difficult to finish the raw edges correctly and get that sharp V at the top. So instead, I cut the slit all the way up and basically hemmed each side, turning the raw edges under twice and stitching that down so my seams would be finished. Then I went ahead and finished that raw edge at the top while pulling it taut so that I didn't sew over any of the tiny pleating. Then I stitched the two open sides closed, leaving a nice long slit. Now you could leave this here, but I want the seams to be stitched down, so I pinned them to each side on the right side of the fabric and top stitched along each side of that seam, and then down each side of the slit to keep everything in place. Lastly, I folded over the shirred waistband and stitched the end of that down with elastic thread in the bobbin. Probably the nicest way to do this would be to change out the white elastic thread for black elastic thread, which I do have, but this is what I had for my last project and I was too lazy to fix it. All the projects were originally going to end here, but just in time. I got this yellow knit polo I thrifted online, and I think the measurements online were wrong because according to the measurements given, this should have fit me perfectly, and it does not by several inches. So let's take this in really quickly. I don't love taking in knitted pieces, but sometimes you have to do it when you're thrifting, especially online when, things can not go perfectly. So once again, I'm trying this on inside out and pinning in the two sides for a better fit. Then I measured those pins, making sure they were relatively even on both sides and marked a more definitive line. Then with that same segmented zigzag stitch I used earlier, I slowly went back and forth, back stitching and moving a bit forward and repeating that again and again all the way down the line to really make sure every stitch of knitting was tacked down. I even did a second line of stitches to be extra sure. Then I trimmed off the excess and lastly tacked down the fabric between the front buttons since I noticed they were gaping when I tried it on. And I will not be wearing this open, so why not just close it permanently? And with that, all the pieces are finished and I can finally show you the results. Okay, I did not originally intend for these two pieces to go together, but this outfit is adorable. It's giving very Phoebe Buffay or Miss Honey. I'm obsessed. The skirt is so much cuter than the dress. I should have done this years ago. I've actually been on the lookout for a 90s inspired skirt while thrifting forever now, and it was in my closet the entire time if I just took an hour to fix it. The slit also breaks up the visual monotony in a way I love, and the shirred waistband is incredibly comfortable. The vest, while not perfectly tailored by any means, is much better. It doesn't drive me crazy anymore, and now it can go with the matching pants that I bought with it, which I also rarely wore because the vest didn't fit. So yay! I can wear this outfit now. Okay, so the shirt isn't perfect, but it's 10 times more wearable than it was before, so I'll take it. It's really cute, but the sheerness problem is, of course, still a bit of an issue for me. The side seams are just a bit too short for my liking as well, but it's still very cute. And the pants are adorable. I'm going to wear these all the time. I feel like the oversized look actually looks purposeful now. I like how they sling a bit lower on the hips, but that just slightly slimmed out leg looks so much better. And lastly, the knitted top is so much better fitted. I don't have much to say. It was quick, painless, and it turned out really cute. I feel like I did a lot of 90s and Y2K inspiration by accident. That was not on purpose. I am always late to trends. I am just getting into the 90s and Y2K aesthetic now, and I love everything. I think I'm gonna wear everything so much more often, which is the purpose of these videos. I'm so glad I did it. I kept putting it off for so long. That's gonna be it for me this week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, and also liking and commenting really help me out. And I hope to see you back here next time. Bye.